that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Knippel's checked in for Miller. Pass to Knippel. Now Banchero. 5 on the clock. Here's Knippel. Bell grabs the miss. James, left side. And stolen by Banchero. Here's Knippel. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. New Orleans leading by 3. Here's Iverson. Still without a bucket. The shot by Bell, no good. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Malone. Here's the floater. Yep, count it.
I think this is where you get the ball to Malone. Feed the big man and let him get busy.
Takes it inside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And the first one at the line is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both shots good from the strike.
He's about as calm as you can be at the strike.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Petrovic. To the left wing. Clock at 6. Ball outside. A 3-ball from LaMelo.
Well, I like the fact that this is something Ball continues to work on, that deep shot of his. He knows he's got to be a threat from deep to expand his game.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
The 3. And another 3 from Minnesota.
You got to be mindful of where Petrovic is at all times, especially when he's positioned around these corner 3 spots. He's lethal from there.
Iverson can't hit.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they've pulled out in front.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake. But they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Lets it fly. Here's Malone. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 3 assists tonight.
Really warming up. He's scoring it with consistency this quarter.
Here's Iverson, pounded by Ball. Rollins gets the bucket.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Now here's Ball, tightly guarded, puts the move on. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Max got 5 rebounds in the game. Rollins passes to Daniels. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
If you do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's New Orleans. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Welcome. The front office made it a priority to lengthen the bench, and you're seeing those returns tonight.
Yeah, this is a team that can... And looking at where New Orleans... Thanks for tuning in.
Great to have you with us again as we return to our coverage of round 1. Well, New Orleans shooting the ball at 48% so far. And it's Daniels in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And so he hits both. And Ball will bring it up here for the Timberwolves. They trail by 3. To the paint. Here's Kersey, and he jams it home with authority.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Right side, Hill. And he gets that one. Hill's gotten his second bucket on the night.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Knipple, no good. New Orleans leading by 3. It's Wells on the wing. Guarded by Banchero. Here's Iverson. Some nice passing by New Orleans here. 5 to shoot. Here's Wells. And a nice finish on the layup. Wells has got his first 2 points.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Ball passes to Malone. Here's Knipple. Check by Hill. Pass the ball. To the inside. Here's Malone. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Showing off the power right there. Karl Malone does not mess around down low.
Here's Wells. And that one is hammered home.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that.
Yeah, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Here's Malone. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
At the arc, Banchero finds his mark.
And that's how Banchero creates driving lanes. That shot right there, knocking it down, opens the floor for him.
Pass to Hill. Count that one. Hill's got 6 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Iverson passes to Hill. Boom! He jams it straight down.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
So both teams making some changes here. Bell the pass to Rollins. Offline with a 3.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And Carroll with a screen on James for the lead. Ball no good.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
James passes to Bell. The shot's good on the assist by James. Bell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Yeah, he tried to go with it before he caught it. Took his eyes off of it. You can't have that at this point in the game.
New Orleans leading by 3. Pass to Mack. From downtown. No good that time.
Well, if he can somehow get into a rhythm offensively, I think they could stretch this lead.
Ball outside. Morris for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And Banchero can score from all three levels. And this versatility makes him a dangerous offensive weapon.
James passes to Rollins. No good with the triple. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. It's New Orleans up 1. We've got more hoops coming your way, and it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining 2K Sports and our coverage of this first round. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. Miller is out there with Knipple, and it's Petrovic in at the 2 spot. Iverson can't hit.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Petrovic passes to Strickland. Here's the pick. Pass to Malone. Nails the wide-open jumper.
You can tell Malone is a really instinctive scorer. He doesn't need time to think about his shot. He knows exactly what he's looking for.
Left side Hill. The 3 is up. And he gets it back. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
The Timberwolves trail. Here's Strickland. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Good on the shot. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
And slam dunk by James.
Really quick off the floor is LeBron James, especially on his way to the rack.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So both teams changing it up here and keeping us updated from the sideline. Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. Well, coach is thrilled with their three-point shooting, saying in the huddle, guys, let's keep it up. Continue to shoot it from deep. It's working. They've been on fire from distance so far.
And Allie, thanks. Pass to Malone. Shot clock at 5. Oh, he gets it off before the buzzer. What a shot.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Timberwolves foul call. First personal foul. First team foul.
Fires the 3. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for him this half.
Now Ball launches it from deep. Oh, the shot is off. Here's Iverson. Quick 2. Oh, net.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Here's Ball. He launches. Goes again. And there's the layup. Good.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
No doubt about it. That's a big shot. Huge from Karl Malone. He's definitely a go-to guy in this league.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And New Orleans making a change here. James is checked in. From deep. Banchero pulls it down.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time, son.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Now James. 1:11 left to play in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, it doesn't go. And Ball will bring it up here for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
In a tight game, this is who they want taking these shots.
And there's a pick. And Chris Finch has called timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Shoots a 3. Can't get it to go.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Outside Banchero. Here's Ball. 29 seconds left in the game. Can't get the go-ahead bucket. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2.
Taking 2 shots.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 3-point game.
That's a big make. Now a 3 will only tie it.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Turning here to our analysts. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Smith, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Knipple. He's covered by O'Neal. Oh, off target from downtown. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul. Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
This fella knows how to finish a game off. There was no question about those free throws.
Ooh, the 3 doesn't go. And so it's New Orleans winning this one. And they start out the postseason with a bang. A big-time victory.
The attitude they came out with was aggressive. They wanted to set the tone from the jump, and they did just that.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. As we leave, we present our player of the game.
And a little behind-the-scenes action. The team prepared. Welcome, everyone, to Game 2 of this exciting NBA playoff series. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. They've got Bell. He's out there with Rollins. O'Neal is out there with LeBron James. And it's Mack in at the 4 spot. They get it back. Ball from long range. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Taking a look at Minnesota. At this point, Greg, they've got a pretty good idea of what they need to do to win this series.
And in round one, coaching becomes a huge factor. You've seen what you're up against. Now it becomes a question of who can make better adjustments on the fly. Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now is still trying to find its way.
The shot, and it's sent back by O'Neal.
Well, I believe that's now 4 straight misses to start the game. Talk about stumbling out of the block.
On the wing, James trains the three-pointer.
The shot of LeBron. It's the final piece of his game. It'll be interesting to see how he develops it.
Pass to Petrovic. They need this, and Shaq pulls it down.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Rollins with the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Now, here's ball. Banchero outside. Here's Petrovic, covered by Rollins. Pass the ball. Nice ball movement by Minnesota.
The offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. Scooped up, Matt. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And that one is stuffed right through.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Minnesota making a switch. Miller's checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Iverson's checked in. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Banchero with the ball. 6 to shoot. To end the drought. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Iverson.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Now, here's Ball. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But also, we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Bell. Good. That's Iverson who picks up the assist. Bell's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Daniels is checked in for Shaq. Nowitzki comes in for Mack. Wells is checked in for Bell. And it's Hill in for Rollins. And finished off by Lively.
Never a bad idea to run the old kick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Now, here is Miller after the miss from Allen Iverson. Banchero outside. Puts the move on. And finished off by Banchero.
That's too easy for Banchero. The closer to the basket he gets, he becomes almost impossible to stop.
Daniels with it. Lively defending. Back to Daniels. It's stolen by Banchero. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Strickland. Iverson covering. From the baseline. And it's Strickland missing.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
And so it's New Orleans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball in. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
So for New Orleans right now, O'Neal is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Hill. Then there's Allen Iverson. And it's Wells, and it's small forward. And it's Banchero missing.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Left side, Miller. Pass to Kersey. Just 5 on the clock. Banchero, that's for 2. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
And now the fast break. Nowitzki with the ball. No good on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Miller, the pass to Kersey. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Yeah, the score is also the result of quality defense. These teams are almost doing more on that end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Morris is checked in for Kersey. Knipple comes in for Miller. And Petrovic subbed in for Hero. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Max checked in for Nowitzki. LeBron comes in for Wells. Rollins checked in for Hill. And it's Bell in for Allen Iverson. Kevin Willis is checked in for Morris. Banchero outside. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
And that's a rare turnover. Just their first here in the half. So that's one thing we've seen them do pretty well. Valuing their possession.
Minnesota making a switch here. Lively's checked in.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
New Orleans shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. Morris is checked in for Minnesota. And so Bell nails both of them. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Morris. Here's Strickland for the 3. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
To the middle. Here's Rollins. And slam dunk by Rollins.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Timberwolves passing it around. Banchero looking around. Pass to Petrovic. And it's blocked. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Mack dishes to O'Neal. Can't get it to fall. Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's Strickland. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Bell.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
The 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for New Orleans. Iverson comes in for Mack. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play. Get some points and give this team some confidence.
Kevin Willis is checked in for Minnesota. New Orleans also making some changes. Daniels, he's checked in for Bell. Wells comes in for Rollins. And it's Hill in for LeBron. Daniels passes to Wells. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Wells has got the lead up to 14 now for New Orleans. 1:20 left in the first half. Pass to Knipple. Ball from long range. Hands it from downtown. Ball's got 5 men.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Miller, no up. New Orleans leading by 13. Iverson, right side. Pass to Hill. Iverson outside. A statement dunk by Iverson.
What a dunk and what a move.
And no good. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. New Orleans leads by 15. Now let's check in with Al. Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
When you have this many boards, you have many more opportunities to score, and they're taking advantage.
Yep, turning lemon. Seeing how things are shaking down. Thanks for joining us. Now let's...
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. Timberwolves trail by 15. Gnibble out there with Banchero. And there's Malone. Then there's Petrovic. And it's Ball in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Bell passes to Rollins. And he's good on the 3-ball. Rollins got 9.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Bell with it. Picked up by Banchero.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Camp. Bell against Ball. There's the lob to Banchero. It's stolen by Mack.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball secure. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Malone finds Ball. Pocket 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Petrovic. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
To the paint. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Malone passes the ball. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Taken 3rd overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Petrovic. He's covered by Mack. New Orleans leading by 18. LeBron dishes to Mack. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And James has the chance to become an elite-level passer.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. It's stolen by Bell. And New Orleans pushing it up now. James with it. Defended by Knipple. A nice shot by Shaq. Shaq's got 4 this quarter.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Ball. O'Neal with the defensive effort. New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. The shot by Rollins no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Andy Miller, he's checked in for Petrovic. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Wells. Over Miller. Here's Daniels. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Daniels has got his second basket of the night. Banchero against Nowitzki. Shot, high post. And it's Banchero missing.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Malone with the block. Here's Knipple. On the wing, Miller. 46 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Malone. And the jam by Karl Malone.
I love watching Malone just use that strength. He's so good at just kind of burrowing his way inside and then finishing above the rim.
And Iverson gets it to go.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
How about Banchero's vision? Keeps his eyes up and makes the extra pass.
Hill, and it's Hill with the jam.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. From 11 feet away. Banchero kicks to Miller. 2 on the clock. Good if it goes. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to...
And so it's New Orleans, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we'll be back with you shortly. NBA playoffs, round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. So with Nowitzki sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Hill is out there with Allen Iverson, and it's LeBron James. Then there's Bell, and it's Daniels in at the center filling out the middle. New Orleans leading by 21. Iverson outside. And Lively pulls it down. Miller, the pass to Petrovic. Here's Strickland. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for New Orleans.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Shaq is checked in for Daniels. Matt comes in for Iverson. And Rollins subbed in for Hill.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Timberwolves trail by 21. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Picked off in midair. And now running it up the court. Matt pushing it up. Here's O'Neal. And Lively pulls it down. Timberwolves shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Here's Strickland, defended by Bell. And it's Strickland missing.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
And he makes that one.
Young or not, LeBron as confident as anyone on the floor.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Here's Kneppel, covered by LeBron. Kicks it out to Malone. Outside, ball. 5 on the clock. Another miss by Minnesota. New Orleans leading by 23. Here's Mack. Bangs home the trifecta.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
The steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break, looking to end the run. Banchero, that's good. 8 points for Paolo Banchero.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And Matt kicks to Bell. Kneppel with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And James picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. Miller with a wide open look. And the 3-ball is good. Miller's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And Barrett has got the ball here for Minnesota. Hero against Hill. Here's Strickland. Knocked down the 3.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for New Orleans.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
Takes a 3. Gets rebounded by New Orleans. Pass to Wells. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Daniels kicks to Wells. Nowitzki, the pass to Hill. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Beyond the arc. No good that time. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And down goes the 3.
As a playmaker, Barrett has improved his vision. Plays with a good recognition and been very unselfish.
Nowitzki outside for 3. No good there. And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals. A big playoff win for them, but what isn't a great big in the postseason, huh?
Great point. I really just love the composure with which they played tonight.
Let me shoot my shine. Let me shoot my.
Shut your mouth, punk. Hit you with the punk tactics. Hit you with the punk tactics. Hit you with the punk tactics. Hit you with the hard punk tactics. Bankrolls come straight for the assets. No games, no throw, won't pass it. Pick you I assist ya, or do you get the picture? If you don't budge, I'm gonna have to hit ya. Hit ya with the tactics. 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 Yo, the lace is loose and fist tight. I never lose it. Sun up and up all night.